From translation, ISV International Standard Version, this 199th day of the year, today we are reading passages Proverbs 16-18, Proverbs chapter 16, verses 1 to 33. To mortals belong the plans of the heart, but the answer of the tongue comes from the Lord. All a man's ways seem right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the motives. Commit your works to the Lord, and your plans will be established. The Lord has made everything for its purpose, even the wicked for the day of disaster. Everyone who is arrogant in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Be assured he will not go unpunished. By loving kindness and truth iniquity is atoned for, and by the fear of the Lord one keeps away from evil. When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than great income with injustice. A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. A divine decision is in the lips of the king. His mouth must not err in judgment. Honest balances and scales are the Lord's, all the weights in the bag are his work. It is an abomination for kings to commit wickedness, for a throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him who speaks what is right. The wrath of a king is a messenger of death, but a wise man will appease it. In the light of a king's face there is life, and his favor is like a cloud of the latter rain. How much better it is to acquire wisdom than gold, and to acquire understanding is to be chosen rather than silver. The highway of the upright is to turn away from evil. Whoever watches his way preserves his life. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before stumbling. Better to be lowly in spirit with the afflicted than to divide the spoil with the proud. He who gives attention to the word will find good, and blessed is he who trusts in the Lord. The wise in heart are called discerning, and sweetness of speech increases persuasiveness. Good sense is a fountain of life to him who has it, but the discipline of fools is folly. The heart of the wise instructs his mouth, and adds persuasiveness to his lips. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. A worker's appetite works for him, for his hunger urges him on. A worthless man digs up evil, and his lips are like a scorching fire. A perverse man spreads strife, and a slanderer separates intimate friends. A man of violence entices his neighbor, and leads him in a way that is not good. He who winks his eyes plans perverse things. He who compresses his lips brings about evil. Gray hair is a crown of glory. It is found in the way of righteousness. He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who captures a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from the Lord. Proverbs chapter 17, verses 1 to 28. Better is a dry piece of bread with peace than a house full of feasting with strife. A servant who acts wisely will rule over a son who acts shamefully, and will share in the inheritance among brothers. The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests hearts. An evildoer listens to wicked lips, and a liar gives ear to a destructive tongue. He who mocks the poor taunts his maker. He who rejoices at calamity will not go unpunished. Grandchildren are the crown of old men, and the glory of sons is their fathers. Excellent speech is not fitting for a fool, much less lying lips for a prince. A bribe is like a magic stone in the eyes of the one who gives it. Wherever he turns, he prospers. He who covers over an offense promotes love, but whoever repeats the matter separates close friends. A rebuke goes deeper into one who has understanding than 100 blows into a fool. A rebellious man seeks only evil, so a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Let a man meet a bear robbed of her cubs, rather than a fool in his folly. He who returns evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is like letting out water, so abandon the quarrel before it breaks out. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the righteous, both of them alike are an abomination to the Lord. Why is there money in the hand of a fool to buy wisdom, when he has no sense? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man lacking in sense strikes hands, and becomes surety in the presence of his neighbor. He who loves transgression loves strife. He who raises his door seeks destruction. He who has a crooked heart finds no good, and he who has a perverse tongue falls into evil. He who begets a fool does so to his sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. A wicked man receives a bribe from the bosom to pervert the ways of justice. Wisdom is in the presence of the one who has understanding, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father and bitterness to her who bore him. It is also not good to punish the righteous, nor to strike officials for their integrity. He who restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is counted as intelligent. Proverbs chapter 18, verses 1 to 24. He who separates himself seeks his own desire, he quarrels against all sound wisdom. A fool does not delight in understanding, but only in expressing his own opinion. When wickedness comes, contempt comes also, and with dishonor comes shame. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters, the fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. To show partiality to the wicked is not good, nor to thrust aside the righteous in judgment. A fool's lips enter into strife, and his mouth invites a beating. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are a snare to his soul. The words of a whisperer are like dainty morsels, they go down into the innermost parts of the body. He also who is slack in his work is brother to him who is a destroyer. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous runs into it and is safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall in his own imagination. Before destruction the heart of man is haughty, but humility goes before honor. He who gives an answer before he hears, it is folly and shame to him. The spirit of a man can endure his sickness, but as for a broken spirit, who can bear it? The mind of the intelligent acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. The first to plead his case seems right, until another comes and examines him. The cast lot puts an end to strife and decides between the mighty ones. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and contentions are like the bars of a citadel. From the fruit of a man's mouth his stomach is satisfied, he is satisfied with the produce of his lips. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. The poor man utters supplications, but the rich man answers roughly. A man of many friends comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother.